Outer Wilds is a game that is really hard to review. It's a game you don't really want to know anything about before you play it, because the game is all about discovery. So I'm gonna try to talk about the game in this video and tell you if I think it's worth playing, while also spoiling as little as possible. In this case, because of how the game is, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I think this is a game everyone should try at some point. But let me go into a little bit more details with as little information as I can. In Outer Wilds, you play a person from the planet Timberhearth, and you are one of their spacefarers. Your job is to go into space and explore. You can start by exploring your small village, which acts as the game tutorial of sort, as it tries to teach you how to control such things as your spaceship or how to move in zero-G, how to use your audio detector or your launchable scope to take pictures. And then you head off on your own. It's just you and the small solar system you inhabit, with your trusty ship to fly you where you want to go and to hold any information you gather. Your job is simply to explore the system to your heart's content, find every little secret, and solve the overarching main mystery of the game. Honestly, I think Outer Wilds is the perfect example of an exploration space game. It is small, but each planet is lovingly crafted, and the small size allows you to easily fly between the planets and take off and land seamlessly with not a loading screen inside. Your ship holds all the information you gather, sorting it into clusters by type of information, or based on the planet it refers to. And these are the only sort of guides you get. Just looking at this information or looking around and go like, wait, why does this work like that? Or how do I get there? Or what in the world is this thing? Or my favorite, I wonder if I die if I land my ship there. And death will happen. I died a lot. Controlling the ship and your player is a balancing act. Now, like many modern games, this game is recommended with a controller, but I am pretty much a strictly mouse and keyboard player, as I simply find controllers really uncomfortable. And I will happily tell you the game works perfectly fine with that setup. Perhaps some things would have been a little bit easier, but I never felt like my choice of controls were limiting me in any way. I was held back by, on the other hand, is my absolutely atrocious flying ability. I am just terrible at steering myself in most games, and when gravity becomes a major factor of things, they just get weird. As each celestial body has their own gravity, some being lower and some being higher, and I am required to fly a ship between them. There is some autopilot that can help you fly between the planets, but it will not land for you. So I crashed a lot. Or at times I was just bouncing around the planet with lower gravity and accidentally flung myself into space. And having a game that is so focused on exploration, well, I kept on going into places that weren't exactly good for my health. So I had many deaths, from forgetting to wear my spacesuit, running out of air, or just crashing my ship into multiple different things, including the sun, and I believe you will suffer the same thing. But the good side is, you don't really lose a lot by dying. Your ship remembers the information you gathered, and the game is more about gathering information than ever dealing with the consequences of death. The main gameplay loop is going to places, reading information you find there, learning about the history of your galaxy and the mysteries within. So every time you get in your ship, you're just picking a place you are interested in looking at further and going to explore it. It is a tiny galaxy, but it offers a nice sized story. The limited numbers of planets and the short travel times makes exploration feel really inviting. Every part of the planet is handcrafted, adding a lot of hints to the mystery you're unfolding. And there are plenty of secrets to discover. There is no voice acting in the game, but there is music, and the music is quite powerful, and used in a very clever way. I can't say too much about it without spoiling the story, but no, with time I started associating certain tunes to certain things. And there were some real powerful moments related to music that I have not experienced the same way in other games. I am really glad I played Outer Wilds, and I would recommend anyone to play it. It's an experience you can only truly have once, and I think it's definitely worth it. So go in blind, know it's a game about exploration, and it won't hold your hand. But try to avoid checking out any guides and experience something unique on your very own. And if you end up loving Outer Wilds like I did, they also do have a DLC, which is scarier than a base game, but also noticeably more challenging, but definitely worth to play. But what do you think? Is Outer Wilds something you would be interested in playing? Have you played it yourself, and what were your thoughts? Let's talk about it in the comments. Though, let's avoid any spoilers for those who might actually want to try out the game. And while you're down there, make sure to do the good YouTube stuff, like, subscribe and so on. But whatever you do, I just want to say, takk fyrir að horfa og eigðu yndislegan dag.